Okay, so Thailand. After Cambodia, we flew from Siem Reap to Thailand. Thailand was really good as well. One thing I will say, for Bangkok, we had to take it easy and avoid it because our organisation, Project Trust, told us sort of stay away because of all the protesting, rioting, firebombing, people getting shot, policemen getting murdered, stuff like that. And our insurance wouldn't cash out if we got murdered to death. So we were told to stay away, which we did. So yeah, we landed in Bangkok, spent like a day and a night there. In the day we just went to this place called MBK Mall. It's like the biggest mall in the world. It's ridiculously large. Had like 3 cinemas, more McDonald's than I've ever seen in one place. Everything, literally everything was there. You could buy anything, legal, illegal. That was the place to buy it. So yeah, that was fun. Bought some knockoff t-shirts and food and DVDs and this camera actually I bought from there as well. Anything else? No. And then we were hoteling. Is that a word? No. Right near the train station. So in the morning we just hopped on a train to Chiang Mai. In Thailand we have these sleeper trains. Basically, it's like a normal train except they wall off these cabins, and then in these cabins you just have these 4 shelves, and you stick these people, us, in these shelves. It's not very comfortable, but it was alright. I mean, you had aircon, you had food. Actually, you had to pay for the food, but the in-flight meal was alright, I suppose. Other things that happened on the train. It was our first train to Chiang Mai was actually crewed entirely by Thai ladyboys. Sort of, we think of ladyboys, they're all prostitutes, but in Thailand they're just part of society. It's like you have men, you have women, you have ladyboys, and they're just everywhere. And they're kind of pervy, they're a little bit cheeky. Sort of, one of them was talking to me while I was at the urinal, giving me a little cheeky bum pinch there. They're charmers. Anywho, sexual harassment aside, we got to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai's up in the north of Thailand. It's quite cold. It's probably the coldest I've been in the last year, actually, is Chiang Mai. Yeah, it's like a sort of historic place, I think. It's like the capital in the north. First day we didn't really do anything, we just sort of explored. There's a fair amount of stuff there. We ran into some other Project Trust volunteers from Malaysia up there, so we hung out with them. And then the second day we went to this place called Tiger Kingdom. It's basically like a tiger-specific zoo, but it's a bit dodgy because all the tigers are conveniently asleep. All the time. They're alive, but they're kind of tame, which is Thai for drugs, I think. They were suspiciously sleepy, and it feels sort of unethical when you get there, but then you start spooning a giant killer animal, and you're like, who cares about ethics, I'm spooning a tiger. So, yeah, that was Tiger Kingdom. It was pretty awesome. The next day we went up into the mountains to do a mountain bike, elephant ride, and whitewater rafting combination trip. The mountain biking was kind of, it was alright. It was basically just a way of getting to the elephant camp. Got to the elephant camp, rode these elephants around. Elephants are amazing, as are tigers. These, like, Asian elephants, not African elephants. I didn't know Asia had elephants. They do, they're quite cool. We had this cheeky little baby one following us around. What came next? Whitewater rafting. Went on the river rafting in rapids. This is a waterproof camera, so I did actually get some footage of the whitewater rafting. However, you had to multitask rowing, screaming, drowning, and sort of filming all at once, so it's kind of unwatchable. I might stick it on the internet, you never know. But whitewater rafting was also awesome, so as a day it was very cool. Other things that happened, not much really. Yeah, so after Chiang Mai we went to a place called Pai. It was southwest of North Chiang Mai is a place called Pai, P-A-I. It's this backpackery, cute little village place that we were told we should go to. Got there and we just sort of rented these motorbikes and drove around for the day, exploring all the touristy points to visit, like a waterfall, temples, caves, Chinese village, all this stuff. It was very fun, cool, awesome. So that was Pai, and then from Pai we went back to Chiang Mai to catch a train back to Bangkok. Spent another night in Bangkok where we went to a night market and stuff, bought a load of cool Christmas presents and sent them home, and then what did we do then? We got back on the train and zoomed down to, I don't know what it was called, it was some little harbour town, and basically from there we ferried across to Koh Tao. Koh Tao. It's an island. It's very turquoise seas, Pirates of the Caribbean, scuba diving, sea turtles, dreadlocks, hammocks, everything that makes you sort of think of young people. That was Koh Tao. It hadn't really been developed by the tourist agencies and stuff, so it was really chilled and just great. What did we do there? Oh yeah, a certain somebody whom I was travelling with thought it would be a good idea to rent bikes again and go exploring, even though this place didn't really have roads. That ended in a bike crash that cost me 230 quid, a good half of which I owed to the unnamed second party, which I still owe and am gradually paying back. Be patient. We also did mini golf. That was quite fun. And they're really obsessed with fire in Thailand. Not in a pyromantic kind of way. They love fire juggling. And we went to this beach bar where they had like a big burning skipping rope and also these burning limbo, how low can you go thing. And as the night went on, the skipping became faster, the limbo became lower, and the people became inebriated. So it went quite badly. Everyone lost at least some leg hair to the skipping rope because you just got burned by it. So Koh Tao was actually really good. I really enjoyed Koh Tao. From Koh Tao we went straight on to another island, Koh Samui. Most people have heard of it, even if they don't know what it is. It's an island. It was pretty good, but it was very overdeveloped. There was lots of like fat Europeans there and not much young people. So we only stayed there for like 2 nights. And then we went back to the mainland and headed down south to a place called Phuket, P-H-U-C-K, K-E-T, maybe C-K-E-T, I don't know. And that's where we spent Christmas. We met up with some other Malaysian volunteers and we just sort of hung out with them. That's kind of what we did, yeah. Phuket, that was quite overdeveloped as well. Lots of, like, the beach was just packed with people. Really, the sort of the creepy Europeans you see on holiday, where they're all wearing Speedos with really hairy backs, and they're not conservative, even though they're massively obese. Those type of Europeans. Lots of them running around half naked. But we spent Christmas there. We had this nice Christmas meal, which was a Thai attempt at a Christmas meal, which basically means noodles, chicken, which is more like KFC, rice and mashed potato. It was alright. And then we just sort of did the nightlife and had a good time. And then on the 29th, we headed back to Malaysia because we had work on the 1st of January. Because they don't celebrate New Year's here, which is depressing. So we were back in Malaysia at our house by the 30th. Yeah. And then for New Year's Eve, there was a broken stool in our garden and we set it on fire and just sort of campfired. Yeah, so that's everything from the holiday travel period from November to the start of January. I'll catch up all the school stuff pretty quickly because none of it's all just little snippets. I don't know. So yeah, watch this space for that.